Okay, we're going to be multiplying, dividing, but this time we're doing exponents for a while, but now we're going to add fractional exponents. Okay? And so some of them will have to convert to fractional, but the rules work the same. So we're going to review what we were doing back when we just did plain old exponents without fractions. If I had x to the second and x to the third, what do I do to these exponents to combine them together?
You add them.
That's right. So I'll have x, and I'm going to write the 2 plus the 3. That's not something you have to write on your paper, just so that we understand that we add those. So it's really x to the 5th power, okay? That rule is the same. We add the exponents. But adding the exponents now, we're going to have fractions. So this is 3 to the what power?
To the first power.
It's got a square root. So that's square root
square.
now.
So it's 3 to the second power, right?
No, 3 squared means 3 times 3. But what does the square root mean?
The 2 has to come out. Right?
The 2 has to come out. And that 2 it's an invisible 2. It's really as a fractional exponent.
Right.
3 to the 1/2. And now we have 3 to the 1/5.
Oh, okay. I see what you're asking.
So these are for the fractional exponents here, and we have to do this. We have to add those exponents. But to add a half and a squared, we have to get a common denominator. So sometimes it's going to be easy just to come over here on the side and add those. They're going to have a common denominator of 10. So I have to multiply by a 5 here.
And then
So I'll have a 5 on top up there. I have to multiply by a 2 up there, because I did that on the bottom, so I'll have a 2 there. So it'll be 7 over 10. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have 3 and a 7 over 10.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so we're going to just, the same rule applies, but now our numbers are fractions.
Okay.
So I don't mind if you skip this step and use your calculator. That's not a problem to me, but because your calculator has a fraction button. But this is how you would get it without it. Okay?
Right.
All right. So what's the fraction that goes with this one?
2 over 3.
Yes. 5 to the 2 over 3, because we take this one and put it in the numerator, and then we take this 3 and put it in the denominator. Okay? And then we're going to divide this time. What do we do with, what's the fractional exponent for this one?
1 over 2.
Yes. What do I do to these exponents when I'm dividing?
You do the reciprocal of the last one.
Well, last time...
Oh, that's for multiplying.
Yes. Last time when we multiplied, what did we do to these exponents?
And we found a common denominator.
We added, right? Mm-hmm. We found a common denominator. Since we're dividing right here, what am I going to do to these exponents?
You're going to find a common denominator?
Yes, but we're going to subtract them. So we're going to I'm going to actually scoot all this over a little so that we have some room over here. So I'm going to kind of take a little detour, and we're going to go 2 over 3 minus 1 over 2, and we're going to common denominator of 6.
And so
we have to multiply by 2 here.
And
that'll be a 4. We multiply by 3 here, and top and bottom, and it'll be a 3. And we're going to subtract. So 1/6. So this will be 5 to the 1/6. The trick, or not the trick, but the thing to remember is that when you're dividing, you subtract the exponents.
Right.
Okay? This one. Now we're going to do x's, no more letters. Or excuse me, no more numbers for the bases. And so this is x to the what power? Half. We're multiplying by x to the what power?
1/4.
Fourth. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add the exponents. Just take a little detour here. We're going to have 1/2. We're going to add or subtract on this.
We're going to
add them because we're multiplying.
With a
common denominator is 8. So that's going to be times 4.
4 plus 2. So that'll be 6 over 8. And do
Yes.
they want us to reduce it?
They do want them to reduce it.
So then it could be 3 over 4.
Yes.
3 fourths.
So we're going to have, oh, that was a terrible looking 4. Most of my letters are not good, but that was awful. Okay, x to the 3 over 4. Okay, make sure, sometimes it's difficult. Make sure you're not going to write it like this. Make sure that it's not 3 over 4. Make sure it really is a raised 3 over 4. There we go. All right, let's do another one. This time we're going to divide, and we have x again instead of numbers. I want to point something out. I just thought about something. I want you to notice that we have the same thing under the radicals every time. Okay? And we have the same base. This adding the exponents only works if our bases are the same. If our bases were different, we would not be able to do this.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go. This is x to the what power?
X to the half.
Yes. And we're dividing x to the
1/4.
1/4. Okay.
So then we're going to subtract and find a common denominator.
Very good. I'm just going to move it over a little. We're going to take a little detour. This is going to be 1/2 minus 1/4. Common denominator is the same. 8.
So it's going to be the same thing that we had before. So it's going to be 8 and, 4 and 2.
Yes.
And so then it's going to be 2/8, and then that can reduce to 1/4.
All right. So this is going to be x to the 1/4. Okay. Last one. All right. So we're going to have x, just plain old x. And that's really to the first power. Okay. So don't forget that, because if you have one with nothing, that won't tell you what to add. This is going to be x to the what?
2/3.
2/3.
So 2/3. And so, but to the first power, it would really be 1/1, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Plus 2/3, which is this, really. 1/1 is the same as 3/3, which is the common denominator that we need, right?
Ah.
And so these added together become a
5/3.
And so keep it like that. Don't make it a mixed number. Leave it x to the 5/3.
Okay.
Okay, that's all we're going to do. Just add the exponents when we're multiplying and divide them when we, subtract them when we divide.
Okay.
We're done.